Who's the weirdest person you remember meeting in high school? My weirdest one is this kid. You think on it while I tell mine. Don't worry, everybody. Just prepare one for us, just because I met this dude. He was just a kind of a big dude who walked around with like a big fucking denim vest with like all the patches for metal bands on it and shit. You know, one of those guys. But also he would tell people he was a vampire. And like one time I wasn't there for this, but apparently he bit his wrist and started sucking the blood out of it or whatever, because he said that was what, like, he apparently was a self-sustaining vampire. He could just suck his own blood.
Cool.
To keep himself going, which was pretty lit. My favorite story of him is we were both in this math class for people that were like really fucking stupid, who like really sucked ass at math. And so me and him were in this class together, and there was all these fucking like white girls in there who would always like, there's fucking like weird bully white girls, and they were mean to everybody, but they were like being mean to him one day and just like bothering him about something. So he puts his head down for a while. And usually this was like one of my first classes of the day, so I would like usually just be asleep. You know what I'm saying? But this day I was like, they won't stop bothering him, and now he put his head down for like the last 5 minutes. I was like, I'm up. What's going on over here? He's gonna do something lit. Yeah. He does. He brings his head up and he's talking in like a British accent, and he's referring to himself as Liquid. And what everyone else in this room doesn't know, because they've never played Metal Gear Solid, is that he's just Liquid Snake right now. But no one else in this room apparently knows what Metal Gear is. So none of them understand that he's just Liquid Snake right now. Like, he's just talking like him. He's just saying Liquid Snake quotes. He's just acting like he woke up as a different guy that's a crazy British man that lives inside of him that's a villain. And he was like thanking them, like, oh, thank you for letting me out of here. That bastard had me locked up, but now I'm free, or whatever he was saying. And I'm just sitting there like, fuck yeah, dude. This is awesome. So he does that like the whole class. The teacher's just sitting there like, guys, leave him alone. Because he's in full Liquid mode now. So that class ends. And I'm walking down the hallway to my next class, like around the corner. And he comes up next to me. And he goes, I really fuck with them bitches, didn't I? And then one of them walked up, and he immediately snapped back into being Liquid. It was the wildest shit I ever saw. And after that day, I was like, I don't know if this guy's really crazy or if he's just the funniest guy I know. I never figured it out. One time, he threatened to punch me. And I don't remember why, but I just laughed when he said it, and then he laughed, and then he was never mean to me again. And cool. So me and him were on good terms after that. That was the most aggressive he ever got with me. I don't remember what it was about. I think we both had a detention or something, and we were just standing outside like waiting to get picked up or whatever. And then I don't remember what we were talking about, but he threatened to beat me up, and I laughed at him, and then he laughed, and then he smacked me on the arm. And then after that, he was always a cool guy with me.
Yeah, he sounds like a cool guy. Plays Metal Gear.
Yeah, no idea where he's at now.
Oh man, that's the one to look up.
You can find him on Facebook.
I believe I could, but I'm pretty sure a couple years ago I saw that like his name was different on Facebook. Like he didn't change his name, like Jack something or whatever, which like was not his name. So I don't know what name he would be going under now. Probably could find him. I remember his last name, but I don't know how to spell it. You know what I mean? Like, I know what his name is in my brain, but I have no idea what it was actually spelled like. So, don't know if I can find him. High school weirdos.
I don't know. We all went to the same high school.
Yeah.
Besides you.
I know. That's what I think of. Like, all the memories are just faded away.
There is a kid who was in a grade. This isn't even this weird, but it's like the only person I could really think of besides someone in middle school. But I don't remember his real name, but I just remember that everyone used to call him Lunchbox. And
that's the only person I thought too. I was gonna bring him up. Like,
but he didn't even do anything weird. He would just Naruto run to the lunchroom every day.
Yeah.
And I don't think he ever said real words. I'm pretty sure he just went, huh? And made noises at people.
Yeah, it's crazy. 'Cause I had a class with them one time, and and I sat right next to the door, because I'm right next to it, and my name starts with A, like I'm right there. And this dude was in the second row behind me. When the bell would ring, he would beat me out the door. He ran so fast.
He was the
Like
fastest
he was
man
so
alive.
fast. I have no idea how he beat me out the door. Like
My favorite part about him is he never had a lunchbox. So
he would just run the lunch really fast.
I don't know where it originated from or how it originated, but he's really the only person I could really think of besides in 8th grade. There was a girl who I tried to be nice to because she didn't have any friends. And one day in English class, she told me she was going to rip my fucking face off. And then the English teacher put her in the hallway. And that's the only other person I could really think of. That's what you get for trying to be nice to weirdos. And I've learned that lesson time and time again. So don't be nice to freaks.
Yeah, don't be nice to freaks.
No, it wasn't in 8th grade, I was like asleep in English class, and the girl in front of me like turned around and like asked me something, and I just pulled my head up and growled at her and went back to bed. I ended up dating her for multiple years. So be nice to weirdos. Who knows? Love can blossom on the battlefield.
I never thought of it like that.
Oh shit. Yeah, I forgot you guys all went to the same place.
Yeah.
That's funny that you guys don't have it, because I'm like, that's not even the only fucking weirdo that I could, if I really wanted to, I could bring back another weirdo. I just had to think about something. That's just the one that sticks out the most. But
Our
I'm like,
high school was
was
really
gonna say,
small.
I also think that we were probably the weirdos.
Yeah.
I was probably one of the weirdos realistically. But yeah, I don't know. I was just friends with like a bunch of like weird Mexican kids who like to make art. And that was all my friends. And so like everybody was like pretty fine with me. Like, I don't know. I was just the normal person who hung out at Sky School and didn't like anybody or care about anything. But every year I got meaner. And I would have less friends because every year I would just be meaner to people because I wanted to be there less. And then I left, and I'm friends with very few people from high school.
Yeah, we were all the theater kids, so we were already weird.
And our high school was really, really small, I think. Yeah, we definitely were the stranger crowd, and everyone else was kind of it wasn't very cliquey at our school either, so there wasn't like any subdivides, but I feel like everything was pretty normal. People would just fight a lot. This isn't really weird at all, but there was a kid in my class who managed to steal a teacher's car during school. And it was like a whole thing where he like took the car and tried to like rip the OnStar out in the parking lot, but just ripped out a wire that made the car start and like immediately got caught because the alarm was just going off. And he wasn't really weird, but yeah, he never came to school after that, so he's probably still in jail for it. Realistically, yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That was, I want to say, my freshman year.
He's probably still in jail for it. Bro, that was like 10 years ago.
He could be.
I mean, how long is Grand Theft Auto go?
You think they locked him up for 10 years when he was a high schooler? For
the rest of his life.
A weird story that I kind of... Oh, man, we had some weird teachers.
I was going to say, I can describe a weird teacher.
Yeah.
The art teacher?
The art
Those
teacher,
count.
music teacher.
Oh, yeah, we had...
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know how much you should talk about this, but realistically, nobody from high school probably listens to this, so it's fine. But we had... the older I get, the more I reflect on all of the years I spent in theater, and the more I realize that realistically, our music teacher is probably a pedophile. But yeah, I mean, it's weird. I saw a picture the other day that someone shared, and it was just a girl sitting on his lap, and I'm like, this is probably 10 years ago, and it makes me feel so uncomfortable now. And I still feel
Yeah.
uncomfortable about it. And I occasionally text you guys about it because I just need to talk about it sometimes. But yeah.
Yeah, no, he was creepy, and there was always like rumors, but like nothing ever happened. No
Nothing
one ever
ever
came forward.
happened. But the thing is he
and
would
no one
let
said anything.
like you if you were like one of his like his not his like students, but like one of his students, you could do whatever you want, and he would just like write you passes to get out of other classes, and it could have been weird, and yeah, there were always rumors, but I never like one-on-one had someone like tell me about anything.
Yeah.
But that's creepy.
No one
letting
ever said anything.
teenage
But yeah,
girls
it's
sit on your
weird,
lap.
definitely weird
Yeah.
things happening.
Yeah, it was really weird, and it made me uncomfortable, and that's why I like stayed away from taking any classes that could possibly land me in his class. And
I just left his class and smoked weed in the parking lot.
Fuck yeah.
that's cool. I left his
Fuck
class and
yeah.
went to a different class.
Yeah.
So
Finally, some cool shit. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I was only in theater for like 1 year when I was in high school, and I liked it, but I hated being around people because I was a sociopath, so I just quit.
That's good, man.
Yeah, no, I couldn't stand that they were like around me and happy or whatever. Like that infuriated
and there's
me.
thousands of them.
Yeah, there was
realistically.
like a bunch of them, and they were all around me, and they all wanted to like talk to me and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, you guys want to be my friend? I just wanted to be funny in front of people. I'm out."
Theater is actually how I met Dave. I saw him in the schoolyard when I was in 8th grade, and he was standing like probably 100 feet away, and I was just like, hey, I like your Avenged Sevenfold hoodie. And he was like, thanks. And I'm like, come to Tech Theater. And he's like, okay. And we've been friends ever since.
Well, I was already in there because I was already in theater.
Yeah, he was in the regular theater, but yeah.
But yeah, that Avenged Sevenfold hoodie was badass.
yeah. I was really excited because I had a Avenged Sevenfold messenger bag, and I was like, I found my people, because I was in 8th grade and had no friends. But yeah, thanks.
I feel like we could probably like talk about a random thing about that happened in theater, like for like hours, just because there's so many just random little stories of things that happened across those years.
Yeah.
They're just like dumb, wild. It's probably just dumb, really.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Man,
That was cool. That was like the only reason I really
Weird
liked
times.
going to school. So
Right.
Yeah, I never got my reason I liked going to school. I went to theater and was like, they're all annoying too.
Yeah, no, I was really to make friends there.
Yeah.
Everyone just wants to be your friend there.
yeah.
Yeah, no, they all wanted to be my friend, and I was like, "Fuck off!" And so, you know, because I didn't like that they were normal still. Like the theater kids in my school were mostly just a bunch of like white girls. You know what I mean? They were all pretty
Yeah.
normal, and like there's some of them I'm still friends with. But all of my friends like just did a bunch of drugs and beat each other up for fun and skateboarded. Like that was all my real friends. So we went to theater and I was like, wait, you guys don't smoke weed and beat the fuck out of each other and ride bikes? What the hell? And so I was just like, wait, you guys don't like wait, so you guys aren't on shrooms. That's weird. I didn't even do drugs in high school. I just liked to hang out with people that did.
Yeah, they were cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were cool.
Yeah, that was just the people I liked. All my friends smoked a bunch of weed, and I didn't for no reason.
I feel like all the theater kids in our school smoked weed.
They didn't.
Because
Yeah.
we all smoked
Yeah, they all
weed.
smoked weed. They smoked weed inside
yeah, they all
the
smoked
school.
Yeah.
weed. I was gonna say they smoked weed when they went to go perform.
Yeah.
Yeah, not here. Not at mine. They,
Yeah, we also went to two drastically different high schools.
Oh,
Our
yeah,
high
no,
school
very
was
different.
a high school and a middle school, and it was
Really?
very small. Yeah, split in half. It was
I didn't
half
realize
high
it's
school,
also
half
middle
high
school. I
Yeah,
forgot.
I stayed in the same building basically the whole time I was in high school and middle school.
My high school was weird because it like wasn't a ton of people, but it wasn't big enough for the amount of people it had. So it felt really crowded all the time. Like there was certain hallways that were just like known for like, oh yeah, that hallway is just always fucking like overcrowded with people.
Oh, that's
because
Yeah.
like you just like that's just how it was. Because it was only like a couple thousand people or whatever. Like it wasn't super huge. Like I think maybe 3,000 at most. You know what I mean?
Your class or the whole school?
Whole school. So yeah, it wasn't like super huge, but the school wasn't very big. So it felt really crowded everywhere you went.
Yeah, that's still a lot of people. My class was like 125 people.
Honestly, my class was like maybe like upper 200s, maybe 300. I
Yeah,
think.
my class was super small.
Yeah, no, it's bigger than that, but it wasn't like I don't think it was that big of a high school, especially because it was just small. Like it was just a lot of people packed in.
Right.
So I always got the impression that like, oh, it just feels like there's a lot of people here, but there's not that many people here. It's just there's like two small hallways
yeah.
where you have to go through it to get anywhere. And that was just where everyone was. But I think they've expanded it a bunch since then.
Yeah, that school looks huge.
Yeah, because when I was there, they were building like an entire like part onto it. Like
I feel like I remember that, like the freshmen. I feel like it was supposed to be just for freshmen.
yeah, they had like a whole freshman area that like I think maybe the first or second year it was like actually like had classes in it was like my freshman year. And then they kept trying, like they were adding more stuff, but I don't think anything really got added till after I left. Like now it's mad different. Like if I went there, I probably wouldn't recognize it. Like because I'm pretty sure last time I went there, which was years and years and years and years ago, I was surprised at how little I recognized it. Like, whoa, they changed this much shit in here? Like, god damn.
Yeah, I worked across the street after high school, across the street from your high school.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was insane the amount of construction that happened the 3 years I was at that job. So I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, they did a lot after I left.
But that high school is like a million school. It's like a million cities around the city it's in.
Yeah, it's like 3 different cities of like school districts for like middle schools and all that shit. Like they all just go there.
Yeah. High school.
I feel like our high school looks the same and probably
they're gonna knock it down.
Yeah, they're knocking it down
Really?
soon.
They're knocking it down. Yeah.
Yeah, I drive past it frequently.
Yeah, this is the last
Are they
year there was any
rebuilding
classes there. Wait, what?
are they rebuilding it?
No, they're building a super school.
And by Hammond High
Super school.
up
Yeah.
north.
Man, I feel like when's the final tour?
It's
So if I
Yeah.
can go
That
now.
happened. That's
We live
over.
all-
We could go there
You
right
wanna-
now
you
and
wanna
bust
break in?
Go break
Yeah.
a window and walk in.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're not gonna do
We might have to
anything.
do
They're
that.
What are they
closing
gonna
it.
do? Yell at you? What are they gonna do? Suspend you?
No one's there.
You don't go. No one goes to
I
school
mean,
there.
yeah.
If
What
I
are they
went-
gonna say to me?
there has to be a window open. There's something open we can get
At
in.
least one window is
Oh.
open.
There's always one window open. I know that much.
Or just open one.
Yeah.
You know they don't lock those windows.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Who's
what?
trying to go in there?
The
Just-
window's open like this.
We just want one last tour. And it's haunted also. We need to go see what's going on in that pool area.
Yeah, we got to figure that out real quick
So-
before they tear it down.
You guys had a ghost?
Oh yeah, there's a ghost in
Yeah.
the theater and the pool area.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, didn't someone hang themselves in the theater apparently
supposedly.
on the catwalk?
Mostly from the
I always
catwalk.
ask-
I feel like it's probably every theater's rumor.
Yeah, I always asked, but nobody would tell me. Like none of the teachers would talk about it, so I don't know if it's real or not.
Yep, who knows?
Well, only one way to find out.
We have Google.
We gotta go solve it ourselves.
I don't think there was any like ghost stories at my high school. I don't remember anything like that. My high school, there was just a lot of kids that overdosed and died, or just
Damn.
killed themselves for other
Yeah.
unrelated reasons.
I knew I think 2 or 3 people from your school that
a lot of that happened
overdosed and
every
died.
year. That happened at my school. There was multiple people every year like that were just dropping all over the place. Some of them were my enemies, and I was very flagrant about it. As further proof, back to the petty conversation. I was the dickhead walking around like, fuck him, I'm glad he's dead. And what were they gonna do? Beat me up? They didn't.
They
So
can't. They're in the dirt.
so that was that. But yeah, that was I don't remember anything being haunted, but I do remember that happening pretty frequently. Just people I vaguely knew, just everybody being like, oh, they're dead because they couldn't stop having fun.
Couldn't stop having fun.
And I was like, oh, lit. And that was about it.
Having a good time, living fast.
One time I was asleep in science class and this dude woke me up and was like, hey, are you gay? And he was just trying to be mean to me because like all of his friends were like sitting there like just smiling and like looking at me like all waiting to hear what I was going to say. And I just went,
Yes.
yeah. And I put my head back down and I went back to sleep.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was just lying to get him to leave me alone because I knew if I told him I was gay, he wouldn't want to talk to me anymore. So I was just like, all right, yep, went back to bed. Man, you nailed it.
Call that kid up.
Dude, you know what? First of all, fuck you, but
How'd you know?
how'd you know? What's up? That was pretty funny.
We're gonna move on from high school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can
we
we stop
can-
talking about high school?
I'll allow it. Yep. I don't know. All the only other things I've really got are the Tracy Barbie update, which I don't feel like talking about yet.